What's up, all you cool kids? This is Daisy Collins of TsunamiRose.net coming at you live from my craft from here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as I do Monday through Friday for about an hour every day, usually around 1 o'clock. Sometimes, like today, it's a little bit later. It happens. So anyways, so if that's the type of thing that you're into, if you're into junk journals, I work on a junk journal pretty much every single day. Junk journal related things, so please do hit that subscribe button. So today is part 2 of my making a junk journal from a graham cracker box. This is the box that I used. It's already covered in fabric. It is reinforced. I've made the inside part of the journal, and so now I am ready to sew in my signatures. So I decided to do 3 signatures in this junk journal, which is probably not the best idea, but there was just so many pages I wanted to include in this journal that I didn't want to leave them out. So I decided to do a 3 signature journal. Usually I do 2 signatures, maybe 1 signature. 3 is a little bit much for me, but like I said, I kind of wanted to make this a nice size journal. And I wanted to include most of the pages from my Birds, Bees, and Peonies junk journal kit. If you guys are interested, I'm going to drop the link right here. Hello to Patricia. Hi, Susan. Hey, Sherry. What's up, you guys? I'm glad y'all are here. Hi, Stacy. How's it going to all the cool kids? So, like I said, this is what we did the first time on part 1. We made the cover and the inside cover. I did do these in the past couple hours. I made these signatures in the past couple hours because I just didn't do it this weekend. I coffee dyed paper a couple days ago, and so I actually printed out the journal pages on actual coffee dyed paper. So some of them have this really pretty look, and then it's a mix of non-coffee dyed paper and coffee dyed paper. A lot of interesting things in this junk journal to look at and to see. There's going to be a couple pockets. And so I'm pretty excited. So this is going to look really, really good. So you guys, now I got to sew these 3 signatures, and I sew them onto this inside liner, which is what I call it. Basically, it's a piece of fabric that I have HeatnBonded onto some. Oh, wow. Okay, so this one I didn't actually. Why didn't I do that? That is so weird. So this is actually just the HeatnBond backing. I didn't actually put packing paper on this, and right now I'm like shocked. So I don't know if this will even work right now. I can't even believe I did that. I had to redo this because the liner was not. Let me see, what can I do here? Because I'm like freaking out a little bit right now because this never happens. So this is plastic right here. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I had to redo the liner because it was crooked when I did it on camera. It was crooked, and now I didn't put it on the backing that I normally do. I normally put this on paper. So like I said, this back part is plastic. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of scraping it so in my glue can adhere. So I've never actually made this mistake. That's so weird that I did that. Never have I ever done that, but it's okay. We'll make it work. I thought about maybe cutting off the backing of it, but you know what? It's okay. I think it'll be okay. Definitely wasn't my plan to do this, but here we are. Okay, so let me get my sweater off because I know I'm all hot. I don't know why. It's 60 degrees outside, so that's probably why. And I turned off my AC because it's 60 degrees out. So, okay. So now I have to figure out how I'm going to put 3 signatures in here, right? Hello, Stacy. Hi, Tanya. So the first thing I have to do is cut this, not cut this, fold this in half. Don't cut it. Fold it in half. And then you want to fold it. So next, I want to draw a line in the middle. And in the end, you won't see this line that I'm drawing right now. And now what I want to do here is I want to measure 1/2 inch to the right and 1/2 inch to the left. So that's the idea here. 1/2 inch to the right, and 1/2 inch to the left. And this is where I'm going to lay the signatures. I wonder if I should make it even bigger of a gap. But let me see. Yeah, because the spine is so wide. I don't like to have too little bit of space. Yeah, that might not be enough. I might have to make it a little bit wider. Oh yeah, and I draw my line and everything in pencil, because you could always erase it. Okay. I'm going to make it a little bit wider in between the signatures. So that way we're not too close together. It doesn't make our book too bulky if everything's too close together. Okay. So now we are going to do it then. I think it should be, let's see. I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's an inch. It's a 3/4 inch is what it is. I'm like, what is this number? Okay. And then we'll do the same over here. Okay, this is where our signatures will go. Okay, and so you want to make sure and fold at those lines at that point that we made. Because we want it to be crisp. It helps me lay down the signature later on. Is that where it's supposed to be? Okay, that's correct. Now let me fold this side. Right here. Okay, so now that we're all nice and in there, I've already got my signature already. I've already sewed all the trim on the edges of all the pages. So we're all ready to go. The middle page, I'm going to go ahead and mark down the middle. And then what we're going to do is, where's my piece of cardstock? Hang on. Not cardstock, chipboard. I have a piece of chipboard normally, but I think it's going to be too large for this journal. Hang on 1 second. Oh yeah, there's a piece here somewhere. Oh. I need to find some chipboard, so give me 1 moment. Where that chipboard? I don't see. Where's my chipboard? I normally have chipboard like readily available and accessible. But I guess not today. What is it? What is it? Nope. Ah, here it is. Okay. Okay, so I use a piece of chipboard. And what we're going to do... Oh, the whole signature came out. Okay. Okay, so I need to cut this to be the size of basically this panel right here. That's the idea. That's what I need. Hey, Northern Craftaholic UK, what's up? It's 11:16 p.m. here in the UK. That's pretty late, girl. That's pretty late. So this is gonna be is it 10 inches? No, it's 7 1/4. It's 7 1/4 tall, right? Yeah, that's how big the pages need to be put. It's actually a little bit bigger than that, but that's fine. Okay, and then it is 5. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer than 5, so I have some handle, basically. Okay. Oh, and I need paper clips. I need more clips. Okay, so I got my clips. Okay, guys, so I use these giant paper clips. I got them off Amazon. I don't have the link for them, but if you look up 40 pack of 4-inch multicolor bookmarks, you'll find them on Amazon. And okay, so I need my piece of chipboard. Now, usually this is taller, but I guess it'll work. It's fine. So what we have to do So what I'm going to start doing is start arranging them up against this cereal box. And I want to keep some pressure here on this side on all the spine pieces. I want it to be a pretty nice, close together here. This should have been even taller. Longer, I should say. Okay. Got a nice mix here of papers that are, like I said, coffee dyed, not coffee dyed. Printed, not printed, book papers. I got lined papers. This should have been this should have been up over here a lot longer so I could hold pressure on it. Guess I forgot that part. Okay, so I'm arranging the papers, making sure they're where they are supposed to be. I wanted to make this journal really pretty, and I included kind of like a lot of pages, but that's just what I wanted to do. I normally don't make journals this big, but here we are. Here we are. It's 2020. Let's do it. And of course, I do sell the trim in my shop if you're interested. I also have videos on how to make it. And I love including the trim in my journals. So let's see here. I'm going to have to recut this because this is kind of not good for me. Okay, there's that. Okay, so here's the first signature that we're going to do. Again, I'm pushing the chipboard so that this spine here is nice and tight. I'm going to put it where it needs to be. And because it is folded, I can kind of feel where it's supposed to be. And I will set it down. And then let it be open. And you can tell when they're aligned because your inside signature is also marked. So you can, if you move it out of place, you can put it back into place. Okay, so here we go. I should have made the pages a little bit shorter, I think. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our first signature in. Now I use my sewing machine to do my signatures. So that's what I'm going to do today. And if you need to know what it is that I am using, I use the Brothers Project Runway Limited Edition CE1125 PRW. Daisy, how your hands? I have not been having any trouble with my hands, so I'm good for now. I've been taking my time with my work. I haven't been working for 10 hours a day with my hands. I've been really trying to like lay low on my hands, but still, get some work done. Okay, so I'm using the straight stitch and I'm using it on the longest setting. So it's on 0.5 for length on this straight stitch. And now I can go ahead and sew in my signature. And if you need to know, my tension setting is set to 3.5. Some people like to know. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I will backstitch. It is important for me to backstitch into the signature. And 2, and now let's keep going forward. Onward here. And then one more backstitch and another backstitch. And that is our first signature in the journal. And you can tell it's not exactly where it needs to be, but you know what? I'm not going to be mad at it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Actually, it is where it's supposed to be. I folded it again. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're good. Okay. So now let's do the middle signature. And this one's going to go right here. It's going to have a nice gap in between. Again, I don't want to make my book too bulky because I'm putting all my signatures close together. Some people don't like the whole look in between the gaps of the signatures, but I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me none. Okay, so let's go on with the second signature. Again, we're going to draw a line down the middle. I use a pencil. And let's arrange these pages here. Okay. Hey, bro. Abril. Abril, hello. How are you? Oh, and so as soon as I get this journal decorated, I am going to get set up for some listings for handmade embellishments because I have a whole bunch of handmade stuff, you guys. And I've already made, I don't know what, like 23 plus this, so 24 journals with them. And so now it's about time I get started on some more ephemera. It's just the whole cycle is going to continue and I'm going to have a whole bunch of new stuff. So I need to get rid of some stuff. So I will set that listing up soon. But next, what I need to do is set up the listing for my 23 junk journals I've been working on. They've got to go up for sale. So I'm going to start working on those right after I go live here. And I'm going to get those done. Okay, so now this is all finished. Now let's get it into place where it needs to be. And then we drop it. And then we get our paper clips. Now I like to make sure that there's even space between here and here on the top and the bottom. And let's get going with the second signature. Let me just triple check that it's all facing the right way, and it is. And it has happened to me before where I have to undo the sewing. What needle size? The needle size is right here. I get these from Walmart. I don't know how to read the needle size, so for me to tell you, oh, it's this and this size, I don't know. But let me write it here. It is Schmidt's Universal HA times 1, 130/705H, 100/16. So you tell me what size that is, because I don't know. That's what it says right here. I always have one of these when I go to Walmart, and I make sure I get the same one. That's what has been working for me since that's what my mom told me to do. Abril says, hi, Daisy. I'm good. Thank you. How are you doing? I am doing great, girl. I am good. I'm starting a new project without finishing my last ones. You know, I'm living my best life over here. Okay, so let's get started on the second signature. I haven't changed the stitch or anything like that. 1 stitch, 2 stitch, and then we're going to back stitch. And back stitch, and then let's go forward. Why is, I don't know, okay, hang on, I don't know what's wrong. Something is going wrong. Sometimes when I go too slow, and then I go fast, it like takes off. Hang on, this signature is a little wonky. I don't know why I wanted to keep going out of place, but you know what? It's okay. It's only slightly wonky. You see, I don't know what happened to me. It just like, I don't know. I have no explanation. But it's in there. And it's in the middle where it's supposed to be. So that's all I care about. And you only see it in the middle of the signature. You only see the wonkiness in the middle signature, so. I'm gonna excuse myself on that one. It happens, you guys. It happens. Okay, now we got the third signature we gotta do. This is going by really well. If I had, okay, like I said, I cut these papers out and then I added the trim and everything, and that took quite a while actually. So I'm kind of glad I didn't make you guys watch that part. Okay, so let's do the third signature. The third signature is a little bit crazy because of all these papers back here, but we can paper clip all those together. So that way it's like one big old piece now, at least. Okay. The more signatures you add, the more complicated it kind of gets. So I usually stick to 1 to 2, really. I usually stick to 1 to 2. And this is a good spot to make sure that all of your pages are going the right way. Trust me, you'll want to check on that. It always happens that I have one paper upside down Always. It never fails to happen, ever. Got those photos. I gotta print out more of these. Those look really cute in the signature, actually. Good paper mix here. Justine says, Daisy, I'm so addicted to your digitals. I'm coming out with new ones, girl. I'm coming out with new ones. Every other week, I'll have a whole new batch. So this week is the week I get on it. So thank you guys so much for your support in my shop. I truly, truly appreciate it. If you guys have any requests or any ideas on what I should design next, do let me know. Hit me up on my Etsy or just let me know here and I'll write it down because I always forget things. So I want to design things you guys are looking for. So if there's something you guys see missing, please let me know and I can maybe start on it because I need some ideas right now. I'm thinking about probably getting started on a new junk journal kit, probably keep that roll going. So we'll see. I want to do like a purple journal. I haven't done a purple journal in so long. So I think I'm going to do something in purple. Okay, so let's put this here where it's supposed to go. Drop it. And then we get paper clips. And we put the paper clips ready to go. The signature is a little bit too high up. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. Okay, you guys, let's sew in the last signature. How exciting. Oh, I didn't even, hang on. Whoops. Whoops. Forgot about that part. But here we go. Just, again, we can feel that we're in the right spot because we folded it, and that's what makes it easy. Let's get my sewing machine up here kind of in shot. Okay. Hang on, why do I feel like that's a little too high? Hang on, it feels a little all too high. Let me get it down a little bit lower. Again, I want to be able to see some of this border here, and I was only seeing the top border. Okay. Now we're good, now we're good. Let's get it in here. So let's go 1, 2, and then reverse. Or back stitch, not reverse. Okay, so see, this one's gonna go nice and slow because I'm paying attention. You gotta keep the, it's just like driving these sewing machines. Like, you know, you gotta, nobody can really teach you how to keep the same pace going throughout your whole drive, you know? Like, it's really hard to teach somebody how much pressure to apply to go faster or slower. You just literally gotta learn how to keep the pace up with the foot part. Okay. Okay, you guys, so we have all the signatures in. Be careful with this because sometimes the paper cups do scratch. So you do have to kind of lift them from the sides and then pull up so they don't scratch your product. Okay, so now we got all 3 signatures in here, you guys. This looks great. I'm really happy with this. Really, really happy. I really like the distance in between the signatures. I think that's highly appropriate. Like I said, some people really fuss over the space between the signatures, but I don't. Let's see who is talking. Let's see. Let's see. Abril, I just got the newest ones. As you know, you rock, Justine. Thank you. I bought your blue newest one, I believe. I ran out of parent ink. Girl, get some more ink. It happens when you got all the good stuff. That's when you run out of ink. Everybody knows. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need to glue this whole part here, this whole mess, into the actual journal cover. So that is our next task. This, okay, good. I was going to say this spine better not be too small. This is like a almost 2.5 inch spine. Like, it better not. Almost 3. Okay, so I need to get some things. I need to get, this is HeatnBond, as you guys know. This is the backing part of it, so there's no actual glue on it. think I hit my camera. Did I hit my camera? Maybe. Hang on, I gotta make my camera straight again. It happens. I gotta like, okay. Okay, that's straight. Okay, I gotta get my HeatnBond paper out. I got my, what is this thing called? Oh yeah, silicone brush. Silicone brush, which is what I like to use. I'm actually gonna use 2 pieces of HeatnBond here to kind of cover up my table. And glue. I need glue, right? So I have my glue. So now I have everything I need. Quilt's mom says I'm making an ink run tomorrow. Sometimes you have to. Okay, so let's get part of this here on. And what makes it easier for me sometimes is I will paper clip these pages together almost. Okay. There's 3 signatures, but I'm making like 2. I'm only using 2 paper clips to clip everything together. And then I'll use 1 up here to keep it together. So that way it's like 1 giant piece now instead of 3 individual pieces. So that's a lot easier to work with. So we pick half of the cover here and we're going to put glue to it. Of course, I have this HeatnBond material as a desk protector, basically, to protect my $1 whiteboard that I use. Let's see. Loved your tip about the silicone brush in your last video. Yes, this brush makes it so much easier. Hang on 1 second. I gotta unplug this glue. I just use a paper clip. Okay. So again, for everything that I pretty much do with my junk journals, I use Turbo Tacky glue, or my sewing machine. But Turbo Tacky glue for things that actually need to be held down with actual glue. Everything else I'll use my sewing machine. And you want to make sure you get the glue in between the stitches here. Otherwise, those parts will not glue down. They're very sensitive. Okay. And then we're going to get the glue all over. Get it up lower. Okay. So let's use our little brush. Spread the glue. Get the glue all in between all those stitches. Got to have a nice amount of glue. We do not skimp on the glue on this part or any part of this journal. You want a nice amount of glue. But also, that's why I like this glue because it doesn't have a lot of water. So it dries nice and quickly. That is great. I also don't want excess glue. Okay. So now let me move these out the way. But now those have glue on them, so now I have to deal with that. Okay, so let me get this glue off my finger. 1 second. I don't want to get glue on my papers. Okay. So now this part has glue, so let's put it in place. You want it to be nice and even on the cover. Not too high, not too low. And again, because this glue doesn't have a lot of water, it will glue down very, very quickly. You still have time to move it around, but it does settle quite fast. See right here, I kind of messed up. I can pull it off, but it is already starting to set. Okay, we're good. So I also like to take my boning folder. I'm going to have to label this thing because I always forget what it's called. So I like to make sure and get a nice contact here with all the edges to make sure that will glue down. Of course, you can always go about it later and make sure that it's all glued down. Triple check, quadruple check. I always check everything before I mail it off to make sure everything's glued down properly. I'm really particular about it. I wouldn't want to spend a nice amount of money on a journal that I have to go around and glue pieces down. You know what I mean? That's why I bought it from you, is because you're supposed to have done all that stuff for me. I I think I did move my camera. Ugh, because I'm like, why is it showing that? I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Okay, so we got that side down. So now we will work on the spine / this whole piece right here. So that is why I will grab this piece of the HeatnBond, and it has glue in the middle, so I'm folding it in half. And now I can put this piece right here to protect my pages when I actually need to put the glue all the way to the edge here. So let's do the spine next. Just kind of get the glue on there, almost like icing. And then we're gonna really get in all the cracks with our little silicone brush here. Spread the glue like that. This was not enough glue. Let's see, let's get the glue in the cracks. Come on. I always like to make sure I have a nice supply of this glue because like I said, because I use it for everything, I run out of it quite quickly sometimes. Sometimes when I'm doing a lot of projects, that'll happen. Okay, so that's nice. Let's get nice glue on it. Okay. Okay, so let's get spine on. And for this part, you do kind of have to stretch it. Well, it actually might be a good thing if we took off the paper clips. So 1 second. Because now we actually need it to be separate. So that way it can get the glue in between the signatures. So now we want to loosen it up. And you want to make sure that you glue down in between the signatures, that you make an effort to make contact with the fabric and the cover. Because like I said, it does get pulled. Because there's so many signatures, it does get pulled a little bit. Okay. There we go. There we go. Make good contact. You want to make sure it doesn't like bubble up. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. You guys know the more junk journals you make, the more you get used to it and the easier it gets. But sometimes they're just difficult junk journals. So right here, getting in between the signatures. Making sure that in between the signatures is glued. Okay. Okay, you guys. Okay, so we got that part down. Now what we gotta do is glue this last part down, this cover. So let's go ahead and get the glue all over here. This might be a little bit difficult because like I said, you have these pages here that you are not trying to get glue on. But you do have to glue up against. Come on, glue. Get the glue on the spine. Normally, there's 2 signatures, so I can do this a little bit more flat. Because there's 3 signatures, I don't want it to be pulling on the signatures in the middle. So I'm holding them up, and I'm doing this almost vertical. I'm really giving myself the challenge here of working vertically. Okay, where's my brush? There it is. Okay, so we're getting the glue here. And then we got the glue all up in here. Oh, and my new die set from Tim Holtz should be here today. So I'm excited to do a new pocket soon. We'll be doing a new pocket. I got that one Tim Holtz die that's like a multi pocket. Maybe you know what I mean. It's very popular, and I've been kind of wanting it to do it my way, so I'm glad I finally got the die at a good price. So that should be here today, and I'm excited. Okay, now that we're all glued up here. Oops, it fell. That's fine. Okay. So now we got all this glue. Now we're going to go ahead and glue this part down here. Hang on, my fingers are full of glue and I hate it. I can't work like that, you guys. I just can't. See, right now it's driving me crazy. Give me one second, literally 1 second. I don't have my baby wipes near me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so here we got to do a nice kind of like a little stretch because it wants to settle in. However, it does need to be stretched a little bit because of the tension in the spine. It makes it want to appear shorter on you, but you have to stretch it. Okay, so we got the glue off here. Nice and even. I'm happy with that. Overall, I'm very happy with how this cover turned out. Right now, we're pretty much done with this part of the tutorial. However, you do need to let it rest flat. And then you need to let it rest closed. So those are my tips there for you. Let it rest closed. Let it rest open flat first. And then let it rest closed. So once it's done drying flat. Where are my paper clips? Oh my goodness. I need like little paper clips. Am I out of little paper clips? Really? Oh no, there they are. Oh my gosh, thank God. Okay. So last step here is usually the paper wants to lift up from right here, from in between the signatures. So I have found it helpful to just keep those down. So I paper clip them down. Just the edges on either side of the signature is what exactly I'm talking about. That's what I find kind of lifts. So like on either side of the signature, I'm putting a paper clip down. Okay, same on the other side now. So you could already see it maybe kind of starting to lift there. So it's just from the weight and because the glue is not dry. That's why it happens. We're going to make it happen here. We're going to make it work. Okay, so now we have the journal that is completed. It is all set in its cover. It looks great. What I'm gonna do, one last time, go here with the boning folder or boning knife or whatever this thing's called, and just really make sure that the spine in between the signatures is nice and glued down, that it makes contact. So that is very important. Sometimes it bubbles up because of the weight. And then right here as well, very important. Get that nice crease in there so that way it knows that's where it's going to crease. So right here could use a little bit more glue, I believe. Too late for that. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to let this rest. Like I said, I'm going to let it rest with the pages here standing up so that way it doesn't cause any tension or pulling in the middle. I'm going to let this rest like this for probably the whole day, the rest of the day. And then at night, Once it is dry, I will close the book and let it dry like with something in between, so it like kind of sandwiches it and keeps it shut. So that's it, you guys, for this book. When I come back tomorrow, we'll start decorating. Let's see. I have not seen what people have been saying. Let's see. Northern Craftaholic UK says, love your tip about the silicone brush. Justine says, okay, now I have to get peony and hummingbird fabric. Sherry says, that's why your hands hurt. Girl, how many journals are you making again? So I know, I need to stop. But I did take quite a bit of time making those 23 journals. My hands haven't hurt, but thank you for the tip. You're right. You are correct. Quilt's mom says, oh, I bought one a few weeks ago, but I haven't gotten to play with it yet. Northern Craftaholic UK says it's an awesome die, and I plan on using your kit to make a pocket for my DT project this month. And April is here. Yes, we are ending the live a little bit early because I am pretty much done, girl. Unless anybody has any other questions, I need to get to posting those 23 junk journals up for sale in my store. And I should be able, if I get it all done today, maybe I might have to go into tomorrow. But I need to get those journals posted. I need to do a flip through video soon. So you guys, I hope you guys learned something new today. If not, I hope you guys had fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the afternoon around 1 p.m. Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow should be fine. I'm like thinking about what I have to do, but tomorrow, yeah, I should be here at the same time. So you guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had some fun. Bye.